Has anyone else here had experiences making deals with demons or demonic entities? I've recently been communicating with Beelzebub and I've noticed that sickness and death seems to be occurring around me, so I know he's listening, but I'm not seeing much progress on him upholding his end of the bargain so far. Am I communicating correctly? I'm mostly using invocation and ENN chants before sleep while putting forth my wishes. Yeah, sounds like a good idea, bro. Making deals with demons usually turns out well for most people. Take the bastard to court if he doesn't hold his end of the bargain. BZZZZ no refunds BZZZZZ BZZZZZZ. What's the meaning of the Hebrew letter? LVYTN, Anton Levy taking the piss. It means Leviathan. Hey, quick question up. What the hell would compel you to do this? Out of all the demons, spirits, and other assorted malevolent spiritual entities you could have picked, why Beelzebub? What were you expecting to happen besides being surrounded by sickness and death? Yes, absolutely. Once you initiate the deal, you won't know what is taken from you. In my case, I didn't get to pick which entity. Also, I was approached when my mental guard was the highest and it was absolutely obliterated with lasting material and mental effects that still affect me to this day. They will use whatever sexual preference you have, even if you don't have any. Also, deals with kings of hell are reserved for the 0.001%. Assuming this isn't LARP, be prepared to sacrifice something you have no knowledge of and walk a path where you have no guidance. They will fucking fuck you up if you renege. They're called Christ kooks. Culturally appropriating demons who LARP as desert people. I think he's more interested in life, death, and rebirth. Not just decay and sickness. He is the storm building over the sea. These beings aren't genies or magical fairy godmothers. They aren't beholden to you, or interested in some Faustian deal. You can't even know if he's agreed to anything. Ask for his help. Ask to know him. Ask to feel him. Ask for a sign. Ask to help communicate with him. He has probably shown up, but you weren't able to even feel his presence. Everyone has their own methods for communication. It takes a lot of time, dedication, and practice. Start with daily meditation. And keep invoking. Show that you are truly seeking to improve yourself. Especially spiritually. Spirits will come to you. May God help you, I will pray for you and that you will be saved. I feel so good that I will never be retarded enough to summon a demon LMAO. You just need to be friendly, honest, and respectful. No one wants to help a cunt. And not everything happens instantly, have some patience. Have you make sure the entities with good PR are actually wholesome. Repent now and seek forgiveness of the Lord, you giant fool. You are dealing with forces you can't even imagine how much misery they will bring into your life and the life of your generations to follow. Demons are the spiritual death to humans, and the second death in the long run. Don't give shitty advice. It will come back at you. I see goth girls and punker dudes with this symbol on their clothing all the time. Why do they love it so much? Beelzebub. Yes, I used my female astral form and married him. I think you should just be clear about what you want out of the relation and it's no problem. Asking for material things is possible because it's business, but I don't recommend that. If your request is for spiritual guidance, you can get a lot out of it. I love that for you, Anon. T. Summoned a demon. Hebrew doesn't have separate characters for numbers, so both ideas here are correct. Letters also being numbers is a core component of Hebrew mysticism. So it's both correct to say that it says LVTHN and 3610 450, my gematria is a bit rusty so that might not be right. Guys, I've been talking to this dude Belial, Prince of Lies, and this nigga hasn't done a single thing he said he would. I try to avoid any beings that could be considered demonic. However, that hasn't made them avoid me. I asked the Dark Feminine for knowledge of hell and she granted me that knowledge. I don't regret asking, but to say it was unpleasant experience is putting it lightly. Strangely, it was a horrifying experience but at the same time comforting in a strange way, and I felt loved by the darkness. Like they would welcome me back if I chose to return. One that I, kind of, initiated contact with was Baphomet, or at least a goat-headed being with a fire aspect. His fiery rage burned but not like the sun at all. I did sense a destructive kind of malevolence but not strictly evil, if that makes sense. I only wanted to know if he was really there and why he wanted revenge. Unfortunately he demanded service before knowledge and I politely declined. I don't know what he would have asked me to do, but in the days that followed keeping my own anger in check became more difficult, so I imagine it would have involved violence of some sort. Finally there was a being that I recognized as Satan. Literally the Satan that the Abrahamic religions warn against. I did not initiate this one. Just before it happened I was reaching out to God and affirming my allegiance to goodness, to light, and to love. I felt the presence of the infinite source within me, and was overcome with feelings of love and protection. As soon as that subsided, a dark voice that my awareness immediately recognized as Satan sounded in my head. It wasn't threatening, per se, and I don't remember what the voice was saying exactly. I believe I was issued a challenge, so to speak. A challenge to stay on the righteous path, and to never turn to evil. It was as if Satan was merely taking notice that I had chosen a side, and challenged me not to falter. The odd thing was that it didn't seem like he wanted me to fail, or even thought that I would. He only wanted me to know that the other path would lead me to him. I didn't make any deal with them, and yet the little shits keeps bothering me with thoughts and dreams. What do? Stop opening yourself up to contact. By having a low vibration, immediately ask them to leave, and ask for divine protection from whichever deity suits you best. Also consider practicing lucid dreaming so you can master your dream powers. They exist and will reach out to you, but you can take steps to protect yourself. Go vegan. It's incredibly hypocritical to say that you are a victim while victimizing others. Stop buying animal products. You are sending out tons of negative energy. Even your word choice is sending a signal like you are screaming into the void. Have you faced your inner self without fear and confronted all traumas? My spirit guides show me the image of multiple demons chained to you, but they are as stuck to you as you are to them. Do you know why that might be happening? Something dark or malevolent in your past, perhaps. Don't respond with any personal details, but if you can think of something in your mind that is making you radiate all this negativity, then I'd say focusing clearing that up will grant you a new life. If you tell me exactly what you're doing in these rituals, I can see where you're fucking up. Include pre-ritual prep, mental states and actions, and what those actions are supposed to do. I'm going to critique. LMAO nigga, you think a demon will keep their promise? You deserve what's coming to you. I never had any issue. I uphold my end, they uphold their end. As far as I can tell, the vast majority of the time people complain about the demon blowing them off, it's because they didn't keep their end of the bargain. They sometimes do that so you think you can trust them at any time. They usually do it when all they gotta do is a small thing. Good luck dealing with that, my brother. So what happens if you only ever negotiate for small things? They will see through your technicality and then they shall betray you. I never do any setup or rituals and they keep coming back. Okay, but how? If it's only ever small things, what are they gonna do? Forget to put the extra creamer in my coffee? Because you're easy prey, LMAO. The original demon told his friends about how vulnerable you are. Demons are their own persons. They can act on their own, even if they have common strategies. I cannot know what they shall do after. Perhaps they shall punish you, or maybe they shall leave you alone forever. So, the trick to defeating demons, is to bore them to death with paperwork? It's not really a trick, since you're still gonna be on God's bad side after this. Go forth and drive out demons. Fuck, not like that. Usually that's due to your horoscope having a few retrograde or detriment planets. Surrounded by sickness and death. Not noping the fuck out of there. Demonolators are retarded.
Mosey on down to the Atomic Shaman Trading Post. We have t-shirts, decals, refrigerator magnets and other swag for sale. What better way to show your support for the show? Our merch can only be found on t.pub/lit/Atomic Shaman Trading Post. Like, share and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to ring the notification bell. You can follow us on Twitter at Motel and RV Park. Catch the live streams on Rumble. Listen to text-to-speech stories on Atomic Shaman TTS on YouTube.